There was a time when I tried to partner with SABC to make content that I thought was valuable for our country. They said no after I had waited and followed up for 2 years for them to respond. They saw no value in what I offered, and yet I know for a fact that there was value, but that's fine, that's fine. Today, I get to share the value through Citizen Concerned, where we remind you to beware of the comrades. I'm Katla, and like I have done, I'd like you to look for and seize the opportunities made available to us by technology. There is something that I want you to know that we as a people of South Africa and Africa need to be aware of. That is, we, along with the rest of the world, are living in the best time on earth. I know that there are things that are not going so well right now in many areas, but compared to different times in history, still, this is the best time on earth for human beings. Yes, African governments have let us down. Most of our politicians are pathetic. ANC in South Africa, ZANU-PF in Zimbabwe, but the global community and its offerings allow us to make it in life despite the hurdles and difficulties created by our political leaders. Things like TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more make it possible for us to follow our dreams, offer our value, and make money in the process. Unlike years ago, today people in South Africa, Africa, and beyond are creating employment for themselves and their teams through these platforms. People like Mpumile Dwaba, McG, Joe Rogan, Elsa Majimbo, Kabi Lame, and many others. If we talk about other issues, we can talk about how people have managed to build apps for Android or iStore. Elon Musk built his wealth through programming first before everything most of us know him for today. You too can do the same because programming languages have now been made free and available. You don't pay to create an app like YouTube, but once you have made it and it's successful, the world pays you for it. There's AI now. Using AI, you can learn how to write for research or even creatively. You can learn almost anything you want to learn on YouTube. Collecting degrees is not all there is anymore. Most politicians like the ANC and the EFF are so fixated on the idea of degrees when in fact a lot of people with degrees are sitting at home because of the failures of government.
If you suppose they are thirsting for a better job and we've set up a society where you have to be credentialed with a certain amount of college, so aren't they able to get a better job?
No,
because
this
of
is the fallacy of composition. You know, if one person stands up in the stadium, he sees the game better, but if they all stand up, they don't all see the game better. As long as, you know, if you have a degree and the other guy doesn't, then you get ahead of him in the employment line. But we're not going to all get ahead of each other in the employment line by all getting degrees.
Let's think about the videos that we publish on this channel. My husband and I started learning how to record, edit, color grade, sound edit, make music, all online. And we're still learning because we want to improve and there's still so much to learn. Some people pay thousands of rands per year to get certificates to be editors, programmers, and more, but not everyone can afford to pay that. Fortunately, the times we're living in mean you too can be an editor or a programmer without ever setting foot in a classroom. The times we are in mean there are free online courses in places like YouTube, Coursera, Udemy, and many others. There are community groups of people from all over the world helping each other make services and content for people everywhere. As we know, Zimbabweans have been experiencing tough times economically, but many of them have grabbed the opportunity presented by social media to become content creators that can become successful financially. Personally, I'm not into all those that like to pose, in bikinis, showing their buttocks online, but they too have monetized their passion. Though I don't support it, they've monetized nonetheless. Many musicians and producers have made music from learning online. Many people are learning how to make music on Cubase and Fruity Loops, how to make graphic designs using Photoshop, how to make animations using Corel Draw and After Effects, and many others. How much money do you think people like Joe Rogan and McG make from YouTube videos and podcasting? Joe Rogan already makes millions in dollars. Meg G's possibly making millions in rands now if he manages to get decent sponsorship deals to add to his YouTube revenue. Are you seeing the beauty of the new world? The work can be done collaboratively in different locations by sharing the files on free platforms such as Google Drive, Dropbox, or even WeTransfer. These are all possibilities that come from places like America, Europe, and Asia. But for that to become even more useful and not hindered, we must cultivate relationships with all these countries. But if you are short-sighted, failing to see the value in having relationships with these countries and continents, you will say things like this.
So those companies that are living from Britain, from America, from Europe, you can leave with immediate effect. We will get companies from Africa, from Russia, from China. We will rebuild this economy.
If all these companies go away, people who have managed to create jobs for themselves and their teams to make loads of money through these platforms may stop getting any income from Facebook and YouTube through AdSense. Have you considered that? Dear citizen, choose a passion, find ways you can make it feed you and change the lives of citizens of the country, continent, and the world. I mean, if you look online, there are people who make a living from recording themselves cleaning people's yards for free.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Hey, I was just driving by. I just noticed that it's getting kind of long and the edges kind of need edged up. I do free lawn transformations in the neighborhood. I'd love to take care of it for you.
You're gonna make me cry.
So I told her I'd get completely cleaned up for free, and I would get her on my mowing schedule to take care of her for the rest of the year at something that fit inside her budget.
Others from showing people how to exercise, how to put on makeup, but that's just through YouTube and Facebook. There are more things you can do through platforms like WeWork and many others. Don't forget to be respectful, dignified, and honest in your work. If you don't do that, people will not be happy with you and they may not support your work, which is very understandable, right? Remember that there are satanic people throughout the world. Some of those people oversee governments, but the citizens of those countries are diverse. Don't let hate make you assume that all Americans are evil because Obama, Hillary Clinton, and their evil cabal killed Gaddafi. The CIA has nothing to do with Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast does not hate Africans. He's simply a citizen of America, just like you and I are not connected to the evil of the ANC. Google does not hate Africans. It's simply a business. You have loving people in America, Europe, and Asia, just as you have loving people in Africa. These are people that love all humans, but we have Marxists who do not care about Christianity. They don't care about unity. They don't care about love. You know them, right? They want you to believe that these people that you can benefit from, people that you can collaborate with, are evil simply because their American government is evil. I mean, our ANC government is evil too. Are we as citizens evil just because of that? And I know that there are people who believe that Black South Africans all think like the ANC and the EFF. But obviously, the more they see people like me and Thomas from the 360 experience, the more they see that actually Black people are also different. Don't listen to the communists, guys. I am now glad that my SABC trials didn't work out. I'm glad that my trials with Metrobus didn't work out. I even tried multi-choice, but it all didn't work out. Corruption in these places has caused submission of content harder for the smaller guys like myself. You need to know someone inside. But hey, not on YouTube. You don't have to know anyone from YouTube to grow on YouTube. I don't support debauchery and drunken behavior online, so please, whatever you do on YouTube or on whatever platform, try to make it something that can make South Africa proud. There is so much good in the world right now. Utilize it and pull yourself out of the muck. You can learn anything. You can learn many of the things that were once difficult, including carpentry, baking, and even writing. You can learn it all online. Some things you need to be certified to conduct work, such as being an electrician, so don't try to become a doctor from watching surgeries online, okay? Bottom line is, do not just rely on a degree. That world where degrees were the only way to success is quickly falling apart. You must always study and achieve, especially if you know that you're academically inclined. But some of us are not academically inclined, so we have to find technical things to do. No matter what, we will always need electricians and doctors and accountants and engineers. So many of us have to be professionals, have to be those professionals, right? Whichever direction you take, be a change maker. Build and create things that change lives. That's how you create jobs. Don't fall for politicians saying that they will create jobs. Politicians don't create jobs. They only create policies that allow for the creation of jobs. Skills are available. Go get them. I'm Katla from Citizen Concerned. Until next time, beware of the comrades.